So we've now drilled out all the bogies from each of the flats, and we've got a pile of bits again. So first thing we're going to have to do for each bogie is just to like sand out the pivot area where they've been drilled out, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So when we put the new one in, it goes in nice and smoothly. Do that for all 5, and then for each one of the bogies we need to take that metal pivot out. A nasty piece of sharp metal there, just leave it like that, and we should just pull out. There we go. And that's just scrap. And what we're left with is 10 of these bogies. And we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, next step is to remove these lugs on top of each flat, and also at the same time remove the rotation stops underneath the bogies. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of these on top of each one, and there's 4. So we're just going to use a sharp knife to do that. Cut them off and then we'll sand it. So let's just come off like that. And these similarly should be fairly straightforward. Away. There we go. So I'm just going to do that for all the wagons, and then we'll come back to the next step. So all these pieces are off. We're just going to file these flat. And the same one, these underneath. So bearing in mind that the plastic on these can be quite brittle because they tend to be quite old. So, just go around. There's no need to worry about damaging the top surface of the flat, because you're going to do quite a lot of work filling in these holes here, making it all nice and flat, so it'll all look fine come the end anyway, and you wouldn't want it to look perfectly pristine anyway because of the amount of battering that these took when the containers being put on and off. And I'll come back after I've flattened all these off. So those have all been filed back. What we're going to do is we're going to do a final bit of sanding with a bit of wet and dry, just to make sure it's absolutely smooth. Again, I have to repeat this on all 5 wagons. So once I've done that, I'll come back and look at the next step. So the last step for part 3 is going to be reducing the height of these bogie mounts. And the original wagons are on horrible cookie cutter wheels, which have been bins now. And these wagons are going to run on 9mm wheels, which is a lot smaller than the original wagon. So to correct the ride height, these need to be reduced. Now, according to the instructions, here, need to be reduced by 2.5mm, and you make a U-shaped guide to ensure we get that the right height. So it's got to be 4.2mm between the jaws. So that would allow you, so that's between the wagon floor, which is this top edge, and the bottom of the pivot. And if we can get that to 4.2mm, then the ride height will be sorted. So this first thing we're going to do is going to make up that jig.